Welcome back to the channel. This morning, it's the 25th, Christmas morning. Got lucky with a bit of a break and the sun seems to be coming out. It was -5, -6 last night, and so there's a little bit of frost and not a lot of fog, but there is a park and a lake close by that does get foggy generally more often than other places, and so I decided to come down. I'm probably about an hour late, but coming down on the road, I could see the conditions looked amazing on the park, and so I actually used the back parking lot, and I'm rushing now towards the area that I think the conditions should be nice. I'm hoping for some whiteout fog, minimal tree. I don't think it was so cold that everything will look completely frozen, but it might be somewhere in the middle. So I'm just gonna rush in. No tripod. I have a 24-70 and I have a 70-200 in my backpack. Might switch the lenses, probably will switch the lenses back and forth. But the idea is to just get fog, maybe some frost, and see what happens. Hopefully I'm not late. We have absolutely beautiful conditions here today. Just mist all around. Things are frozen, which is really nice. There is a lot of little, I don't know, I want to call them shamrocks. They're not shamrocks, but that type of plant underground, all frozen. And there's just fog all around us moving. So I'm just going to spend the next hour or so walking around the park here, taking photos, some details probably of the frozen plants and vegetation. And then I'm gonna just use the long lens. So the first thing I did was actually switch to the 70-200 just because I'm seeing more things at a distance that I can take a photo of. But yeah, no, really, really beautiful morning. As you can see, there are a lot of trees all around. So on this side of the park, they're a bit more sort of spread out. And then if I turn here, we have the walking path, and then on the other side of the park, the fog seems to be a bit thicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend time here for now to try to take photos of trees and details, and then walk over to the other side after when it thins up a bit. So right now, I'm in the little field area with lots of little wreaths and dry grasses, and then a sort of collection of really, really nice trees just behind me there that are, again, having fog go through and move around. And so I'm zooming in with the 70-200, getting some detail shots at 200, some at 70, and just kind of, I'm gonna hang out here and let the conditions change and see what I can get. But fog really is incredible for photography, right? It's a cheat code. You just get so much nice light, side light, direct light, same tree can look, 4 different ways in 10 minutes, depending on how the fog goes through. So it's just, absolutely incredible. And we are lucky to get fog here pretty consistently, I would say, over late fall and winter. And so you just have to hope that it's a day off work, conditions align, and today's Christmas Day, the 25th, quiet, no one's out here. And so, or I guess there are a few people out here, but it's generally a lot busier. And so it's a good time to just do this today. So I'm just gonna keep walking around and taking photos. I would say one of the things that's really changed in my photography over the years is sort of the relationship to trees and the photos of trees that I take. Obviously I love mountains, all the regular things that a landscape photographer would want to take photos of, but I've just kind of more and more become interested in trees and how seasons change them, how light interacts with them. I tend to remember a lot of trees that I want to come back and photograph in different conditions. So today, the tree that you'll see quite a few photos of was one that I had in mind for some time, and this was the perfect conditions for it. So that's, for example, one way that I try to highlight them. The other piece is we have our forest here, which is evergreen forest, and a lot of it has been logged, and so these are second, third growth forest. They're messy, they're difficult to photograph, and they don't change with the seasons color-wise mostly. And so you kind of really have to work hard to do forest photography here. We don't necessarily have the woodlands that you see in a lot of the UK, mostly in landscape photographers. And so when we have areas like this, which is kind of woodlandy, but it's more of a marsh lake piece, but you have those trees that lose their leaves and have different like gnarly branches and oaks and things like that, then you really want to come back here on the right conditions. And so I'll probably show you a photograph that I took here a couple of years ago of an oak, a couple of oaks that are in this park. For example, for these photos, I had to wait, I think 5, 6, 7 years before the right conditions aligned. I had time to come out and photograph them and be able to get something I was happy with. So it's a patience game, but it's okay. Like that's what makes this worth it, to come out as often as you can and try. And maybe every time you come out, you get something different. Maybe you don't, but it's just nice to, as usual, it's nice to be outside and to take photos. There are also a few other sort of trees, or there's one specific long, thin log tree that I've always really liked in this park, and looks in really good condition today. It's kind of surrounded by fog. I have a photo of it from a couple of years ago. I'll put it in the video here now, where there was no light. It was just like dense fog, and it kind of looked very otherworldly and sort of like a post-apocalyptic view, where today you have some sun, obviously, as you can see, peeking through, and so that really changes the mood of the photo. Maybe it's the exact same composition or slightly different, but it just gives the photo a little bit of hope rather than that sort of despair from the other image a couple of years ago. But yeah, it's just really nice. I'll keep walking around and taking photos and hopefully include them all here. So as I continue to walk along the trail here, we came around the corner and past the sort of open field area and got to this spot where, as you can see behind me now, it's really thick fog. It was quite just light fog, and there were these small trees that were just getting hit by some side lights really, really nicely. So I used a long lens, zoomed in, and just took a few photos of them that I'll include after this. But now, as you can see, the sun is hidden in front of me by clouds. Fog has gotten thicker, and so less and less photos and photo opportunities, but that was really nice light. Another really nice scene behind me. As you can see, the mountain peaks is kind of sticking out. We just got some fresh snow up in the mountains, not down here, but now that the fog is lifting a bit, I can see silhouettes of two different rows of trees, a bit of the mountaintop with snow, and then I have the frozen field in front. No golden light, but I kind of like this shot. There's almost like three different layers of subjects, the two different layers of trees and the mountain at the top. So I'm gonna take a couple of photos, probably one wider with the field and then one zoomed in just with the trees and the mountains, as you can see right behind me here. So I walked 5 steps over and an even nicer peak, just catching the sunlight. Same idea with the multi-layers of trees, the field in front. So I'm going to take a photo of that, and then I'm actually going to do a panel. So vertical panel, zoomed in, probably around 100, and then one row, maybe 10 shots. And I'll just try to include both peaks, a bit of extra trees, and then some of the field in that, and hopefully the panel comes out. The other problem I ran into today is that I didn't bring extra batteries with me. So I literally always grab a pack of 2 batteries to have with me, and this morning I looked at them and I thought the conditions wouldn't be nice enough for photos, and I thought my camera battery was full of charge. So didn't get the extra batteries, came out here, and after, I don't know, 20 photos, I saw that I'm getting the red low battery mark on my camera, and so I've just been conserving energy on the Nikon. Still lasted longer than I thought. It's cold, so it drained even faster. So even after all these years of coming out and taking photos and doing all this, not only I didn't charge my battery, I didn't bring extra batteries, and the conditions were awesome. So of course that's how it works, but it does look like the sun is gone for the day. The clouds are really coming in on the sort of east-south, and the fog has thickened, so I think I was able to get the best of the conditions at the best side of the park when we pulled in, and I think that's great. So I'm just gonna walk around a bit more, probably cut the loop in half instead of doing the whole thing. My camera's off, this one, and so if I see some great conditions, I think I have enough juice left for like 5 photos. So if I see something amazing, I'll just turn it on and take photos, and then we'll go from there. So nearing the boardwalk to loop back around to the starting area, and right behind me I see the bushes and these two trees that are looking really nice with the thick fog and sort of the frozen bushes in front. So I'm going to take a photo here, a couple of photos without the boardwalk and without the sort of green grass here. So I'm going to focus in on this side and see what it looks like. There's also more fog happening behind me here with lots of sort of bigger tall trees. Again, I'm low on battery, so I have to be selective with what I'm taking photos of, which is just great for a day like today. But yeah, I think I've been able to take lots of photos already, so not a problem, and it's just really, really beautiful anyway. Okay, well, I think this is it for the day. The nice surprise outing with really, really nice conditions. Battery survived, didn't die. Ultimately, light went first, and fog kind of dissipated, as you can see. So I'm just going to go back, edit the photos, put the video together, and get it out. I will probably always keep coming back to this spot. It's a pretty short drive from my place, and again, one of the sort of guaranteed fog condition places that I can come to. But this was a pretty productive one. I did switch back to the 24-70 for the last bit of the walk near the boardwalk, just because I needed a bit of a wider angle, but I'm not sure if the photos came out. There were lots of reeds and sort of dark color bushes that really look nice and contrasty. So yeah, if there's any photos that I couldn't talk about while I was taking them, I'll kind of include them at the end here. And you can find links to website, social media, everything in the description and at the bottom of the video here. And I will see you all in the next video.